Knew he'd been a bit down. He said as much. It wouldn't be after we'd been through. But just before he died, it was like I really believed he'd turn a corner.
And why was that?
The last time I saw him, Jackson.
You take your time.
The day before he died, we were out at his local.
And how did he appear to you?
Best I'd seen him in months. He was smiling, joking, happy.
What did you talk about?
All sorts.
Specifically, Mr. Walsh.
He said he loved me. He hadn't said that to me since he was this high.
What else?
Well, if you mean, did he say he wanted to top himself? Of course not.
Can you tell us what he did say?
Well, nothing that means anything, but he wasn't going to, was he? Not with him there, watching his every move.
I appreciate this is very hard for you, but it's important that you stick solely to what you yourself saw and heard.
How does that work? It's not a secret, is it?
Mr. Walsh.
I mean, this whole thing started when that little thug smashed his face in.
Milady.
Mr. Walsh, if you don't stop this line of speculation, then I'll have no choice but to find you in contempt.
Speculate? Jackson only ended up in that chair because of him.
Mr. Walsh.
One of your pathetic little rows. Only when it got too hard, you got rid.
Mr. Walsh.
What, we're supposed to believe that's being in love?
This is your final warning, Mr. Walsh. Do you understand?
Sorry.
Members of the jury, I'm instructing you to ignore Mr. Walsh's comments. Mr. Webster.
No further questions.
Hope you're pleased with yourself.
I'm not pleased. No one's got the right to be pleased by any of this.
Do you think this is what Jackson would have wanted?
He didn't know what he wanted. That's the whole point.
He wouldn't have wanted Aaron locked up.
Well, he's not here to say, is he?
You're wrong, Jerry. You didn't understand him when he was alive. You don't understand him now.
Just leave it, Hazel.
No. Has to be said.
No. He's Jackson's dad. So as much right as anyone.
Hello. How's it going?
Brass neck.
I'd make yourself scarce if I were you. Of course. But I want you to know that I'm not here to judge.
I don't care why you're here, I'd just rather you weren't.
No. It's fine. If the vicar wants to come in and see Aaron proved innocent, it's all right by me.
My mum, she's well up for it, but she forgets she's got the worst sea legs on this planet. So of course, you know, me and Aaron start taking the mick out of her, asking if she wants fish and balti sauce for her tea. Then all of a sudden, boom! Projectile everywhere. Sorry, Mum.
It's okay.
Tell you what, though, I could make up all kinds of sentimental memories, you know, stuff like I've always wanted to be dumped into a big pit of maggots like an I'm a celebrity, or I want to spend all day whizzing up and down in a high-speed lift, something like that. You know, I could say all sorts of stupid things, and they do it. There is years of fun in this for me, years of fun. They're trying the best, though. Can't deny them that. Off.
Years of fun. And there is years of fun in this for me.
D.S. Norton, you've presented several entries from Jackson's video diary from the months before his death on the 7th of June. Could you tell the court, was there an entry for the day that Jackson died?
Yes, there was. At approximately 9 a.m. that morning.
Milady, with your permission, the defence will play this to the court.
Go ahead.
My name is Jackson Walsh, and I'm a tetraplegic after an accident last year, and I am of sound mind. Now, I'm not sure who's going to see this, whether it'll be police or if I'll go to court, but I know my mum and Aaron will. And for that, I'm truly sorry. Because I don't want to put them through anything else, because they've been... There are no words to describe what they've been. Amazing doesn't come close. Because you see, I've wanted to die for a very long time now. And they've tried everything to talk me out of it. They've tried again and again and again until they finally realised how serious I was. And then, I can't tell you what happens next because I'm still here at the minute. But I know they won't let me down. So don't you let them down. Whoever you are, police, prosecution, members of the jury, do not let them down because this was all me. Have you any idea how hard this has been for them? Don't make it any harder. Please. Mum, Aaron, I love you. Stop.
I love you too.
And what did you do after that? After you shouted to Aaron to stop?
I chased after him. Or tried to. Anyway, after a few minutes, I found him at the top of the cricket pitch. He was crying. He'd just been sick. He could hardly even talk, you know? I never seen him like that before, never.
And did he say anything?
He says that... He says it's Jackson. And that he's dead.
And then what? What did he say?
Just what happened, I suppose.
Mr. Barton,
Come on. He's my best mate. What am I supposed to say?
you still need to answer the question.
He said... I killed him. I killed him.
And those were his exact words.
Yeah.
Did he say anything about helping Jackson? Assisting him?
No.
I killed him. I killed him.
I could make up all kinds of sentimental memories, you know, stuff like I've always wanted to be dumped into a big pit of maggots like I'm a celebrity, or I want to spend all day whizzing up and down in a high-speed lift, something like that. You know, I could say all sorts of stupid things, and they do it. There is years of fun in this for me, years of fun. There is years of fun in this for me, years of fun. There is years of fun in this for me, years of fun.
Oh, hello.
Is that all right?
Of course, yes. Do you want me to leave you on your own?
Look. About what happened in the court.
It did occur to me that you weren't here to pray. Well, if you want to have a go at me, you should know that your mother got him first.
I know what you think of me.
Do you?
The God's eye view.
I can't speak for God. No one can.
Don't believe in it anyway.
Perhaps if you did, just a bit, you wouldn't have felt able to make a choice that only God can make.
What choice? It didn't feel like a choice.
I'm not your enemy, Aaron. Whatever you're going through, I'm here. Whatever you say to me, I will never give up on you.
But you think I gave up on Jackson, don't you?
Perhaps you didn't know how strong you could be. But no one should blame you for that, least of all me.
And how's that supposed to help?
I don't understand.
Well, according to you, I either killed Jackson because I made the wrong choice, or because I was too weak.
I didn't say that.
Which is it, Vicar?
It's not for me to say. Aaron, I want to help you.
How? How are you going to do that? Please, tell me. How is anyone going to be able to help me?
And what did you think?
Of what?
Of Jackson, when you met.
He was all right?
I was under the impression you had an instant bond.
Milady.
Mr. Lawson.
He thought that I was an idiot.
Struggling as you were with your sexuality, the issue of being gay.
Leading again?
For the last time.
Did Jackson help you? How?
He told me to get a grip. Said that it wasn't the end of the world.
And was it partly due to this understanding from Jackson that your relationship became so meaningful so quickly?
I don't know what you mean.
After Jackson thought you were an idiot, after he told you to get a grip, what happened then?
Dumped him. Then he found out where I lived.
Did you get back together?
Yeah,
And how quickly did you start living together?
fairly quickly, I suppose.
Is it fair to say that you loved and trusted each other very early on to make such a move?
Well, he got kicked out of his flat.
He must have had other options, but you offered him a place with you, yes?
No, Paddy did. I wasn't asked.
You thought you could do this, didn't you, Aaron? End Jackson's life? Front it out?
It's what he wanted.
It seems our friend in the gallery would have us believe that Jackson Walsh exercised his right to die. What he needed was someone to help him exercise his right to live. Did you want Jackson dead?
No.
Did you find him a burden?
No.
He was paralyzed for life.
What, and you think I don't know that?
Oh, I know you did. And whilst I don't know how difficult it must be to suddenly go from being a lover to a primary carer, I can imagine. And I think you imagine too. I think you imagined 50 years carrying that kind of burden.
If I hear him say burden one more time.
So when Jackson told you that he wanted to die, well, I'm not saying you rejoiced, Aaron, but it wasn't the worst news you've ever heard, was it?
I loved him.
I loved my old golf clubs, but I play a lot better now I've thrown them away.
And if your old golf club's on your mind every second of every day.
To the court, please, Mr. Livesey.
I said I wonder if his old golf clubs were on his mind every second of every single day.
Tell us when you found out Jackson had died.
It was a few minutes after it had happened, and me and Chastity, Chaz, Aaron's mum, had gone round to the house.
Why?
We'd seen Aaron come running out, and he looked, I can't really describe it. I was looking for him anyway.
And why was that?
I was worried about him. We both were. He hadn't really been himself for a good few days.
How would you describe his behavior when you saw him that day?
He was devastated. He looked haunted.
Aaron lives with you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was seeing his mum, and he came as kind of a package.
And how would you describe your relationship?
It didn't work out. It was nobody's fault.
With Aaron?
Oh, right, sorry. I love him, and I think that's mutual. But it wasn't always like that. I really couldn't be doing with him at first, and that's definitely mutual.
So what changed?
I don't know. I got to know him and found out what a fantastic lad he is, and he found out that maybe I wasn't quite as big an idiot as he thought.
Is it fair to say you're like a father to him?
I don't know. No, you'd have to ask him. We're really close. But I'll tell you this, I would be proud to be his dad.
We go to any lengths to help our children, wouldn't we, Mr. Kirk?
Look, you know I'm not the father.
But you'd do anything for him.
I'd do a lot, yeah. But I wouldn't stand here and defend him for helping someone to die if I wasn't absolutely certain that that's what Jackson wanted.
Does Mr. Livesey have a bad temper?
Marlon got Leo. How's it going?
Sometimes, but then,
Paddy's being brilliant.
you know, don't we all?
We're not all on trial for murder, Mr. Kirk. How does this bad temper, which you've told us Mr. Livesey has, how does it manifest itself?
Sorry, I didn't mean the, you know, the usual.
For example?
Storming out, having a face on him, giving me lip.
As in a fat lip?
That was nothing.
I'm sorry. What was nothing? I was referring to Mr. Walsh.
Right, sorry, carry on.
Mr. Kirk, has Mr. Livesey ever hit you? In addition to the court-documented incident of him assaulting Jackson Walsh, has Mr. Livesey ever hit you?
No, he hasn't.
Mr. Kirk?
Sometimes, if anyone's, it's not like we. I think anyone.
I'm going to remind you that you are under oath, and I'm going to request that you give me a one-word answer from a choice of yes or no. Have you ever been a victim of violence at the hands of the defendant, Aaron Livesey?
Yeah.
Look at what you've got me doing, eh? You're having a right laugh up there, aren't you? Look, if I'm not back for a while, doesn't mean I'm not still thinking about you. See ya.
I don't think I can sit through another minute of this.
Don't you dare.
Well, where do you expect me to sit? It's the only seat.
Aaron gets sent down because of you.
Don't you mean when?
Oi! That's my son.
Well, nobody bothered about mine.
Oh, shut up, Jerry.
Whoa, there's a time and a place. All right.
Members of the jury, I have summarised the evidence presented to you by both the prosecution and the defence. You are aware of the case the prosecution must prove to establish that the defendant is guilty of murder. I ask that you now retire to the jury room and consider your verdict.
Just!
Oh, God. No, 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 it's too quick. It's too quick, Paddy, and I know it's going to be bad news.
You're panicking.
Oh, okay, okay. Come on, son, look at me. Look at me, please.
All rise.
I understand we have a verdict. Usher, can we have the jury in, please?
Here we go.